To explain how gross incompetence can jump from owner to owner, decade to decade, coach to coach, even two different stadiums, Dave Eifert took a different and interesting approach.
It's blending fact and fiction. So all the football in there, if people read it about, the drive, the fumble, red, right, 88, all these things that we know about, every play in there is authentically recreated, but there's a lot of fictional characters around the different plays, like the different fans who are rooting for it. And then there's this whole premise as to why we've been so bad for so long. And it has to do with a deal that was made very early in the book.
So pardon the pun here, but think about the movie Titanic. The bones of the story are the same. The ship hits an iceberg and sinks. But James Cameron, in making the movie, decided to introduce fictional characters, Jack and Rose, to make us care more about the story we already know the ending to. Eifert does the same thing here.
I think it knits it together into a narrative that's, although fictional, I think it actually really ties it all together into something that's comprehensible, has a real arc to the story.
He weaves in a fictional grandfather, father, and grandson, and tells the story of how the events of not just Cleveland sports teams, but all things Cleveland impacted their lives.
It incorporates things that are not football or baseball or basketball related, even though baseball and basketball are both featured in here as well. But things like the River Fire, things like the Huff Riots, Danny Green, and it all, I think, is covering this arc that kind of tells a larger story, allows everybody in Cleveland, and whether they're fans or not, it's kind of our story, I think. It really, really is just exuding the perseverance, the grittiness of the people who live around here, and I think it would resonate even with a non-fan for that reason.
Part of being a Clevelander is how our sports team's failures shape who we are.
It's something every fan can identify with, and the first chapter is called I Can't Take It Anymore.
So 9 years ago, Dave started writing. He's not an author, he's an engineer by trade. He just needed some kind of therapeutic outlet with all the losing. And this book is the result.
It was mostly cathartic, and that's my hope and expectation for the readers as well. I mean, it's a pretty dour sounding title, Cleveland Curse, but I think people will come away with it with hope and resilience, and see a lot of Cleveland's values and Clevelanders' values reflected in it.